Lucky Lefty podcast. A little late, but we got to get this out of the way. It's a prediction show. It's for the Culture Friday. Onora boys in the building. Shaun Davis, that dude, the original Lucky Lefty. Brought to you by Onora Whiskey at NoraWhiskey.com. It's that premium American whiskey at NoraWhiskey.com. And if you drink, make sure you do so
responsibly.
And courtesy of CFB Nation, which is presented by Twisted Tea. Audio edibles every day, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Then hit that thumb, helps us out on YouTube. Subscribe, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Home of the Misguided Passion, you already know. We spin it different. So we're going to go ahead and get through this, dude. It's for the Culture Friday. NFL opened up last night. I fell asleep on the game twice. It was a snooze fest. Our special guest, Kenton Gibbs, yesterday, he's from Detroit, so you know he's happy. Lions come away with a 1-point victory. You know the lesson I learned?
What'd you learn? That you got to practice with your guys?
No, you just got to, dude, being the best comes at a cost.
Okay.
This is what I never understand this. The Kansas City Chiefs knew last year that Chris Jones' contract was, they knew last year.
They knew.
While they were playing the season.
In the middle of the season.
And he goes out and puts up 15 and a half sacks. And they win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
See, this is what I call bull crap on millionaires. Don't come crying poor after I finish the job.
Yeah.
Right. Don't tell me
discount.
Don't tell me, well, go out there and play. We're trying to win a championship. Okay. I outplayed my contract. We won the championship. Give me my money.
Yeah, I think it's an easy transaction. I don't know why they're holding back.
Especially if you claim that you want to win. So I don't want to hear about the salary cap. NFL teams find thousands of ways to circumvent the salary cap.
All the time.
He is the second best interior defensive lineman in all of football behind Aaron Donald. He should be paid as such.
Oh,
if Aaron Donald, yeah. But that's Joey Bosa's at a defensive end.
Okay.
But if Aaron Donald,
like it was no problem.
If Aaron Donald was getting 30, then give that man 28. Give it to him.
Aaron was getting 34, right? Or no. Nick Bosa got 34. Aaron got 31. 28 is good for Chris Jones. That fits the market.
Give him 28, 29, be done with it, man. It's just, man, look, man.
You think it's greedy? Is that your perspective? Like he crying over pennies, or do you think that it's, get as much as you can, hold out as long as it takes kind of
thing? No. Is Chris Jones being greedy?
Yes.
No, Chris Jones isn't being greedy, man. Chris Jones he has outplayed his contract.
Yeah.
He's outplayed his contract. And Patrick Mahomes took less money so that you could re-sign the best players. So you get rid of Tyreek Hill, he still wins the Super Bowl.
Get rid of Chris Jones, damn near.
Now you want to let him start the season without Chris Jones? And we're about to sit here and haggle over, you want to pay him 26, and Chris Jones feels like he's a $28 million player. based
Yeah,
upon the market.
in 2 years, 26 gonna look like he got robbed. It's gonna look like he got robbed. So he like, man, listen, don't sell me short over a couple extra million. Ah. And now y'all affecting the team. That don't make no sense to me.
Millionaires are the biggest crybabies in the world, dog.
Joe Burrow got 219 guaranteed. That looks pretty good.
Left, I know you on the road. When you become a millionaire, don't be a crybaby, though.
I feel like some of it is a psychological thing. They get all this money and they think everybody trying to take something from them. And they think that Chris Jones is getting over or something because he holding out.
Look, the guaranteed money is the big issue, right? Always with NFL contracts. Chris Jones probably has another good 4 or 5 years at being elite.
Yeah.
And if you don't want him, send him to the Bears.
Yeah, right. Y'all don't have enough money right now. Y'all got to pay Justin Fields.
You mean, dude, we could backload, man, please. Please.
Oh, y'all got the money. I got the money for it.
You make money for that.
Okay. You found the money for that.
You know what? And I'll bring this up. I guess if you want to put it up there, that game does deserve an asterisk, bro. Left. What Mike Tirico said, tell me you weren't thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's
all night. During the whole game, tell me you weren't thinking if Chris Jones and Travis Kelce was playing this game, the Lions would be down like 14 points.
Yeah, it's because the Lions have been bad for a long time, and because everybody knows this is the best player in the league, and the guys around him played like they were new, and everybody was like, well, if he had his guys. You can give that excuse because he's the best player in the league. If this was a standard,
everybody was thinking it. Yeah, now, if
like,
you want to hold Mike Tirico to some professional standard or whatever, he said everything that everybody was thinking.
Like that was a good comment because that's what everybody at home was saying anyway. Because they're not gonna get the Lions no credit. They ain't gonna get the Lions no credit, even though they won. But they're like, all right, you did it without everybody on the field. And you can do that only when you're the best guy in the league with Patrick Mahomes.
And see, this is the Lions. Can I tell you who the Lions are to me?
Poor boy Cowboy fans?
No. I'm a Chicago White Sox fan, right? You know the problem with the White Sox, the Tigers, the Twins, and the Indians?
They don't know how to have success.
All they care about is building a team to win the division. We just gotta be the best team in our division.
Yeah, okay.
And as far as contention, they're trash.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, the Detroit Lions are not contenders for the NFC Championship.
No, they're not.
No, stop. People overreact. Dude, Patrick Mahomes had nobody offensively, and they lost by 1 point.
1 point.
One. And the Lions, full complement, played hard.
Pretty bad.
So you want to compare? We're comparing that to the Eagles now? Yeah, relax, yo. Relax. We don't even know if the Lions are the best team in that division yet.
Yeah, we don't even know.
We have to wait for the Packers and the Bears to play. We have to wait for Minnesota to play.
Weeks. Yeah, I got a couple weeks before that even thought about.
It's like, dude.
They got that Clemson Duke glasses on. Those Clemson Duke.
They put up what? That offensively, they put up what? 14 points. against a Chiefs defense without Chris Jones.
And a Chiefs defense that's still young and got no superstars over there, especially without Chris Jones.
Let's pump the brakes, man.
And Lions got Aiden Hutchinson and
That's pump.
CJ Gardner and all these top guys and big names over there at Detroit Lions and won by 1 point.
Kadarius Toney.
That's my teammate, man. Calm down.
Calm down. Don't tell me to calm down.
Yeah, he only had 2 drops.
3, bro.
The one you can't count that. Patrick threw it as the dude was crossing. You don't know who it was to.
No. That was on Pat.
Yes.
No. He still had 3 besides that.
He had 3 besides that?
Yeah, he had 3 besides that. I don't because that was Pat just throwing the ball. He was supposed to wait for them to clear.
Okay, so there was 3 after that. I only saw the other 2.
Yeah.
I saw the blatant one. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, it's an awkward catch. I get it. And then the one for the pick was pretty bad. I think it was the reaction after it hit him in the chest where he like had no idea where it was at and the dude caught it. And it looked like he didn't give no effort to make, I don't know. That just looked bad optics.
Man, look. That's why I love college football, man. I swear that game was a snooze fest, bro. It was a snooze fest. I was like, man.
Jahmyr Gibbs was good.
He was.
He had his spots.
He was.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you got to love the league to enjoy that one because it was slow. It wasn't a lot of points.
Yeah, it was blah. It was. That's why when people like the Lions are good, the Lions are that blah, dude. Their defense is their defense is okay. Jared Goff is okay. Like Ken said yesterday, he's not throwing the ball over 30 yards.
Won't do it.
Won't do it. On that last drive, though, he made some clutch. Man, he made a clutch throw to convert on a long down the distance. And then, dude, I would like to apologize to Chiefs fans for sending Matt Nagy back to Kansas City.
Man.
I've never seen anybody 3rd and 1 call jet sweeps twice, bro.
Twice.
You got Isaiah Pacheco on the bench. For what?
On the bench. That's what they call overthinking. You got too many hours in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to go home, man. You done overthought what you're doing. You need to go home.
That's like Jared Parker tomorrow being in North Carolina State territory on a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and short and putting Chris Tyree in the backfield.
On the toss left. Like the widest toss we got in the playbook.
like, bro. Come on, man. It is absolutely amazing how much better college football is than the NFL, bro. It is head and shoulders. This is look, in my opinion. College football is so much better, bro.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that the Bears are going to show better on Sunday than what the Lions did yesterday? Are they going to be more improved? Are they going to show a better showing than that? Are the Lions going to bring that excitement or what?
The Bears offense is going to put up more than 14 points.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes, I'm pretty sure of that.
Who you guys play?
The Packers.
Oh man, I don't know.
And the
Zaire,
Packers are going to put up more than 14 points too.
I don't know. I think that's gonna be another 14-10 game.
No, bro. Nah. It's going to be some points scored in that game.
They got Jair Alexander on the other side. I don't know.
Dude, I could care less if the Lions are going to be better than the Bears. The Lions are okay.
No, I'm saying the Bears are okay too, though.
They're an okay team. Dude, we don't, Bears fans, we have 2 top 10 picks coming next year, bro. and 30 million in cap space.
You said next year. You discounting the year already?
This is what people don't understand. The Bears fans don't expect to be a contender and like make the playoffs this year. It's a dude. The GM told us it's a 3-year rebuild when he took over. He told us that.
You're not looking for popping on the scene from the
So
Bears.
next year, when they get that top pass rusher and Marvin Harrison Jr. in the draft, now we're cooking. Okay. Now we're gonna talk trash. Then we're gonna talk trash. Man, real Bears fans aren't talking trash this year. We ain't talking trash to the. We're not talking trash to the Lions like we better than you. We're telling Lions fans, calm down. Y'all not that good.
Y'all not that good.
Relax. Relax.
Okay, so it's an automatic 3-year rebuild. So what does that mean for you guys in the division? Y'all coming in second for a couple years and then y'all go pop up first, or y'all looking to? I mean, if you're getting 2 top 10 picks, that means you losing the division already.
No, we get the Panthers pick, and they're gonna suck. You forget that. The Panthers are gonna suck. So that's a minimum a top 3 pick.
Well, I don't know. The Panthers playing in a division that's winnable because the Bucks suck.
Yeah, but do you realize
suck?
that
the Falcons the top 5 lottery pick this year.
You're right. Do you realize that cat Bryce has to play his first game without his top 2 receivers?
Exactly. That sound like the Panthers.
That's bro.
But Atlanta's just as bad, probably worse. He can sneak 2 wins against Atlanta.
So your boy, along with watching Notre Dame football, I'm scouting Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm scouting the Washington wide receivers. I'm scouting pass rushers. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You armchair talent scout because you know the Bears gonna get somewhere in that top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it, man.
That's hilarious. So Adam Thielen done? He hurt too?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
So that's it. Notre Dame. It's time for Malik's 3 Keys every Friday, brought to you by Onora Whiskey. What's the 3 keys of victory tomorrow, noon Eastern, down in Raleigh, man?
We need to have first key. We need to have 5 plays over 20 yards from explosives. We need to have over 5 explosives in the first half if we want to keep on pace to this, putting in our young guys in by second half. So gotta have 5 plus explosive plus 20 yards. The second key, I would love to see the special teams make some impact, whether it be a kick return, punt return. We get a couple punts on the one for the other team, make an impact in the game, because that's always the hidden X factor of any away game that you're playing. You want to be able to have really good special teams, because all the things going on an away game, special teams is a great momentum shifter as an away team. So we got to have some special team impact. And then the last thing is, for the third key, we got to close the door early. This is our first road game against a traditional team, and we can't allow them to leave the door open all game where we just having them hanging there. because a guy like Brennan Armstrong can catch fire sporadically and then heat us up for a couple touchdowns late, and we don't want to be in a gung ho game like that. Close the door early in the end of the third, beginning of the third quarter, and be able to find a way to get Steve Angeli and them young guys in by the end of the fourth. That's us playing consistent dominance level of play because we can do it. Number one, we can get 5+ explosives in the first half. We can be able to make a special teams impact, you know. And the third thing, obviously, is for us to be able to close the game out early, get those knockouts early. The knockouts, in order to get a knockout, you got to get turnover on downs on fourth down, a field goal, or a 3 and out. You know, those are statistically, if you get 9 of those in the game, you'll 98% of the time come out with a victory. And I think the defense is up for that challenge. The offense isn't unbeatable. So there's things that we can do to make an impact. And we don't want to have this team hanging around. That's just any away team, but specifically early on, this team has a confidence where they don't know what they don't know, right? They don't know if they're that good yet and they're living off of the expectation or not. So we'll see what happens.
That's a good point, Left. Like week 1 to 2, it's a position that North Carolina State is in where they really don't know who they are yet.
Right.
And this is a tough game to try and gauge. Like, yo, you have to put some doubt in their minds early if you
Early,
can.
early. And you got to because they might mess around and think they're bigger than what they are. Like a Marshall.
Mm,
Marshall didn't think that they were that bad or that good yet. They just was riding on the coming off of camp and having a good week one, you know. So now they like, man, we might mess around and steal a game. So don't let these early teams, because everybody plays good in the beginning, you know, because they not injured, they fresh, they excited still. So don't let one of these teams steal a game because they riding on emotion and being early in the season. You know what I mean? For us, we know who we are. So
mm,
this is not an identity crisis for us where we're trying to figure out what we want to do, run or throw, which makes it a lot more comforting going into an away game because we're not going to try and pull out things out of our butt that we ain't seen before because of it's a away game. You know, we try to be special or something.
right.
For North Carolina State, the special teams, I think they're accounting for less only because they're trying to boggle their mind over the offense, trying to boggle their mind over what they're going to get on defense from the depth perspective, who's starting, who's coming in. As special teams, we can sneak in there, I'm telling you, and make some game-changing plays, kick return, punt return, whatever, you know. So special team units is going to make a play in this game. But more important than anything, this is Sam Hartman's opportunity to close games early. Be a specialist at that. Get them up out of here. You know, yeah, anybody in the roster can win these games that are winnable, but can anybody make them dominant wins? See, that's the expectation for a guy like Sam is that, yeah, you used to winning. You used to putting up good numbers, but are you used to dominating teams? Winning with urgency, winning with some intensity, where it's like, well, I know we're gonna win, but we want to win now. We want to get up out of here. If we can hit them with 6 bombs in a row, hit them with 6 bombs in a row.
Yeah.
That's the mentality I would think Sam should take on because that's going to help in the big games when we really need it. Where it's like, all right, we down 3, we need a big play. Sam's like, I'm ready to go. I've been throwing strikes all year against sorry teams that we got to get up out of here quick. I'm trying to get back on that plane.
You know something, man? The fan base, I've seen this lately, seems to be down on Tobias Merriweather.
Mm.
Um, your thoughts on that? And you remember I gave the hot take and the fact that you agree. He Tobias Merriweather is just linked up with the wrong.
Yeah,
He should have been in the quarterback era that was you and Deshaun and the bigger arms that
yeah.
like to take chances.
He's had to find his spots because his role. I think the fans think his role should be like a Michael Floyd, way bigger than what he's giving off. But then you see guys that are playing a role that fits well for the team right now, like the Jaden Greyhouses, the JTs, the Chris Tyrees, these guys that play in the middle of the field. Our offense hasn't shown or been equipped yet that we're a deep threat of a team. That's just not really who we have been shown to be as of late, which Tobias is like, damn. It's like you the Navy, but he's a F-16. It's like we can't fly you under the water. You know, you a premium vehicle, but we the Navy. We under submarines and stuff. So as useful as an F-16 is, we can't do much with it. It's like my Peloton in the house. Love the Peloton. Did everything I could when it dropped to get the Peloton.
Hey, I had to get the inserts for the pedal.
All types of attachments.
I cannot do the shoes.
All types of attachments, and got all the programs linked up. I got my scenery. I got my favorite teacher. All of that.
Yeah.
But over time, as it sits in that house, because I'm
collecting
not
dust
as much, it becomes a coat hanger.
Well, my wife uses ours pretty consistently. Thank God.
Thank God. But that's
because you're paying monthly for the service, and
we pay a monthly
classes and all of that.
He's growing in curiosity. You go in that living room, you sit down, you look over at that Peloton. Like, man, I could sure use it. Just not right now. And that's how Marcus Freeman and Jared Parker looking at Tobias Merriweather in the offense is like, man, we sure could look good using that Peloton over there. It sure would benefit me. It sure would help me, keep me up to speed, up to date. Make me more social probably on the college football stratosphere that we got a deep threat. But I'm pretty comfortable, with what I got right now.
Hey, I just want to point out, I forget his name. Remember over the summer, LL Nation? If you guys remember, let me know, because I'm looking for him. Remember the guy that bet me that Tobias Merriweather was going to have 1,000 yards receiving?
Oh, yeah.
Remember he bet me? He's going to have 70 catches and 1,000 yards. I'm looking for him. Because we can settle the bet. We can settle the bet right now. That bet is over. We can settle that up right now. We don't have to wait. We can settle that bet right now. This is a week, though. We talked to King Gibbs yesterday. He basically told us that North Carolina State is going to depend on that secondary on tomorrow. And go man-to-man and force Notre Dame's receivers to prove that they can get open.
Yeah, I think that's the challenge that they want to go in thinking like, oh, we're going to make them prove that they improved their receivers position. But that requires you to have almost less attention on what's everybody knows the elephant in the room is the run game. And it's like, as much as you want to jump on good old Sam Hartman that you know so well, he got a big brother now that you got to worry about. And you think you finna take his ball this time? He might have some answers for you that you can't account for. So it's bigger now than you just trying to take his ball and kick him off the court. His big brother said, "Nah, he's on the court this time. Now you got to actually play. Now you got to actually guard Sam Hartman. Before, he used to just throw him to the side, be like, whatever, Sam." Now he's playing with his big brothers and he's shooting threes. You're like, wait a minute. He's shooting threes while his brothers are driving and dunking on you. But the threes is what's killing. And you disregard it the whole time. It was easy to block his shot because he was always short. Now his big brother's posting you up. You got to double team him. And they just kicking it out to Sam, just lonely at the three. And he little, so that's all they do is shoot from the outside. He just knocking him down. and you can't have an answer for it. You don't want to get dunked on. You're tired of getting the fast break transition points. You're tired of giving up layups. But what's the killing you is the dagger threes from Sam, the little brother. He just trailing. He ain't even really in offense. He just trailing, cherry picking. You just can't do nothing with him. So this is a change of guard for these ACC teams and how they view Sam Hartman, but we still need to be able to gut teams when we have the opportunity. You got to knock them threes down. They done loaded the box, we done warm out. Now it's time for you to put them to sleep, Sam Hartman.
Yeah.
You got to have to complete that desperately needed post route.
Yeah.
When we need to call. It don't have to be you just doing it on your own. We know you like the nickel and dime pocket change. But when they dial it up, and this is circled in red on the play call sheet, like this is going deep. We got to make those plays happen.
You know what's so funny, bro? Worrying about this game is similar to, in my opinion, worrying about Team USA men's basketball. Like, people are like, oh my God, Noah Lyles was right. Team USA lost to Germany. Josh Hart is in the starting lineup, bro. It's a D, literally it's a D team. It's not even a C team.
Yeah.
It's a D team. Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? You know darn well if we load up and see Katie, Steph, LeBron, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
The world is catching up. To who?
To who? Luka just got put out, and that's considered top 5.
They send their A teams, and we send our C and D teams.
And we in the semifinal. So we got Donovan Mitchell on the team or something like that. Anthony Edwards is a baby. I mean, what are we talking?
Josh Hart was in the starting lineup, bro. Josh Hart. You want to tell me Josh Hart is a B level team? Come on, man. Dude, I didn't care about those games, bro. I watched those games to watch Anthony Edwards. That's the only person I was interested in watching.
And Shaun Gilchrist when Canada played.
That plays for Canada. That's it. That's it, man. And people are all over social media today. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's how I feel about this game. People are like, oh my God, we got to watch Brennan Armstrong. He ran for 96 yards. Okay, if Brennan Armstrong wants to scramble around and act like Notre Dame is Connecticut defensively, go ahead. And I'm not saying North Carolina State is trash.
No.
Not saying that at all. But the same thing that Ken Gibbs told us yesterday, we said this would happen when they got to NC State. We said this during camp when we questioned the productivity of the wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, Tobias is going to have 1,000-yard season. Okay. All right. We said the North Carolina State game was going to be the game when they line up and force Notre Dame to prove that their wide receiver core can get it done.
Look at that. It's a good game to prove it. Good secondary, similar matchup to last year. Marshall had a good secondary. They said Notre Dame's going to have to prove that they can throw it, because that's when we was getting the release packages and all that undiscovered, and they won that day. And we found out we still in the process of building a receiver room.
Man.
Now, same situation, different setup though.
Now
Different setup.
this who from the first 2 weeks. Do you feel like there's a receiver that Notre Dame goes into the game saying we have to get him touches? Because when you have a dude in the wide receiver room,
I think they would say that about Jeremiah Love in the running back room. But I don't think we have a receiver.
that wasn't the question though. That wasn't the question. See, this is my thing. If Tobias Merriweather is such a weapon, shouldn't they design or have an attitude weekly? We have to get him touches. Like, oh, we got to get the ball to him. We have to.
I don't think so. And a lot of that is because it's about fit and style. They can't design it enough in the floor of what Sam's good at to get him more than what the development of the calls can be. So if you calling things that Sam's liking and you're working on setup plays and counters to different things you're doing, to throw in a whole different style of receiver for Sam that we know is as less efficient as it is now, you don't want to throw the flow of play calling up by trying to then at that point force him to get him the ball. Now, if you want to do different things with him, making him a different type of receiver, then that's one thing. But I do believe because he's so geared for and how he's been established, geared for one or two routes, I think that has limited him in his involvement in the offense because of how they run things and because of who Sam is. Now, if Kenny Minchie got a giant cannon or something like that, I think it would be easier for them to include Tobias on more things than just seeing him as a go route or a post route. And he probably is more than just a go or post. But where you putting him at? You're not putting him inside. We do a lot of different unique things with the outside receiver as it is. So not necessarily a young guy where you're trying to just put him anywhere. It's kind of either you play this and we go to it or we don't. And it's hard to get in something in between for that for him.
It's the same thing I said with Tyson Ford, right? Like everybody was starting to get down on Tyson Ford. Why haven't I heard anything about Tyson Ford? And I just laughed and said to myself, yo, the kid hasn't even become a sophomore yet. Like he's in spring ball, but he is literally still a freshman at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And has spent his entire high school career outside and is being asked to move inside. That's not an easy task.
No.
Like, yo, relax. Give him some time. It's the same thing with Tobias. He just became a sophomore at Notre Dame.
Right. Young. Young.
Honestly, who he is, I'll say it again. If his quarterbacks were Malik Zaire, Deshaun Kaiser,
He probably a top guy going into.
He probably would get 3 to 5 looks deep per game. Easy. Just would. Off play action. So go-to guy probably still is Jaden Thomas. at this point.
On a comfort level, yeah, probably. Most likely. And I
Jay
do,
Thomas and then Chris Tyree
yeah.
under him.
Now it's still early. Defenses will change,
It is.
change your
It
scheme
is.
a little bit. It's a long season. Is Jaden Thomas consistent to be a number one all year? Because remember, he comes on late in the year. It's not like he start hot, finish hot. He picks his spots too, but it's a long season. There's a reason why Sam got 6,000-yard receivers. Because he does, he may get off of a guy for a little bit. Start working one guy more than the other. Who knows? But that's where creativity has to keep up throughout the season. How does Jared Parker keep finding ways to find the ball to his playmakers? And it's a
Mm-hmm.
good thing for the first time in a long time, we don't have or act like we have just one guy. First time about 6 years where we've been like, oh, we have more than just a Michael Mayer or a Kevin Austin or a Kyron Williams. We got potential or we got potential from a lot of different guys. Any guy can pop on offense on any given day. On any given day.
It's funny seeing like the hedging going on. Like some of the same people that were like, yo, Tobias is gonna have a huge season. And now the comments are, well, he's gonna have a breakout game soon. That's
Mm,
funny. That's
mm,
funny. The transition is nice
mm.
from how dominant he was gonna be
He too old to be
to
breaking out. He too old to
he's
be.
he's gonna have a breakout game soon.
Uh,
Okay.
not a break. If you saying that
All
now,
right.
you gonna graduate before you break out. Your breakout year is up to what? It only goes up to your redshirt sophomore year, and ain't no more breaking out. You just trying to buy some time. You trying to get on the field. Shit.
That's funny. It's
You're not breaking out no more when you move off campus and they pay you to live off campus. You ain't breaking out no more. You you
facts.
you a resident. You a part of the community. And
Facts.
you a team player. Ain't no more breaking out once they say, all right, you can move out of the dorms. That's when you gotta be like, I gotta start thinking about my next move. Ain't no more breaking out. Javon McKinley didn't break out till his last year, his fifth year.
Right.
That's how long we think. And I mean, I hope that's not what Tobias is thinking. I'm gonna break out 5 years later. So let's not do that to Tobias, one. And two, because I think he got more talent. And two, he gotta find a way, man. Uh, I mean, it's frustrating. I know for him because he just dealt with a coordinator who said he does everything right.
Mm-hmm.
He just dealt with a not only the coach said that, but the quarterback at the time was like, man, he's open all the time. He's fast. Anytime I'm in trouble, I throw it his way. He's got range, gets behind guys, he can catch. So I thought that was the breakout time. What was Jared Parker thinking during that time? When Tommy's saying he's doing good, he knows his job, he stays before and after practice, last one to leave. I mean, he had every compliment you can have from a player that ain't played yet. It's a whole new year. What are we saying now?
Lucky Lefty podcast.
What do we say, man? Do we say Jared Parker go in there and be like, he's still open? What,
When we went to, this is why I love our podcast, right? because you and I sat in a room with some pretty knowledgeable people at the Blue and Gold weekend on that Saturday night. Tobias was the topic of conversation. And me and you, did not come away from that conversation confident in what was coming down the road with him. And we tried to convey that to the fan base that, yo, relax. He might need some more time. Cass is out over their skis. Oh, he's going to have a breakout season. Oh, he's going to do this. He's going to do that. And once again, whether you were talking about he was getting 1,000 yards or he was getting 750 or he was going to have 40 to 50 catches, whatever you said, now you're taking a step back to, oh, he's going to have a breakout game soon. When based upon the conversation we had with people that we tried to convey, we were like, hey, he might need some time. That's it. And for the most part, it seems as if his usage has been deep passes, deep routes, or quick screens.
Yeah.
You know, with his speed, I'm looking for drag routes. I'm looking for in cutting routes to get him the ball on the run. Man.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm running with Tobias, I'm starting. You know, he's out there 80% of the time.
Well, I think he's out there. He's out there. I think the attempts to get him the ball early in the game schematically have been there. I just don't think they've been able to connect.
I don't think it's going to be a connection. I mean, he hasn't been there all spring, all summer camp. I don't think there's going to be a connection that you build in the season.
Let me give you a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. Who was what's the kid that transferred to Purdue? Hudson Card. Hudson Card is more of a intermediate passer of the football.
Right.
Quinn Ewers is more of a down the field passer, which is why when Quinn Ewers was quarterback and Xavier Worthy was getting loose, right? Because he's a deep threat for Texas, right? And I'm sure the big game they're going to try him and Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy's going to have like at least 4 or 5 attempts.
At least.
Against Alabama. Heck, he had 4 or 5 against Alabama last year. Right? So, you know, someone in the chat says Sam Hartman hits whoever is open.
Yeah.
He does.
But he ain't taking deep shots. There's a whole nother thing.
You got it. Deep shots are risk. They're risk. They're risk.
They're not high efficiency.
They're risk.
Major risk.
You know, and Sam Hartman is you can explain it better because you played the position. There are certain people like Jared Goff has some type of has like what 256 passes without an interception, something like that. Because he doesn't put the ball in harm's way.
Sam doesn't play. He plays not to lose. He's very Ian Bookish. except he has talent,
Mm.
but he's not playing
Hold
to.
on, hold on. I can't let you make that correlation. Come on
It's
now.
true. Ian didn't play.
No. Sam Hartman and Ian Book don't deserve to be in the same sentence. Stop, stop, stop. No, I'm not allowing that.
Sam
I'm
has
here.
more talent, and
You gonna have
Sam
to,
is going to throw the football. Yes,
you're gonna have to find another quarterback.
that's the
That's
winningest quarterback of all time.
no, that's a little disrespectful. That's a little disrespectful. That cannot be allowed. But go ahead. Explain what you trying to say.
Sam is more talented. Yes. Sam doesn't play to lose, which is the position I think Marcus Freeman is kind of positioning Sam to be in, because these games up until the two that are must wins or big games for us, anybody can win those within our team structure. We're not asking Sam to be what Brendan Armstrong has to beat us this weekend. We only ask him to do that twice this year, and then obviously playoffs he play good, but we didn't ask Ian to do much except those games we needed to win, and we knew that he wasn't talented enough to get that done. Sam is a little more talented to get it done. That's why he's here, not Tyler Buckner or Drew Pine. But at the same time, that's the unknown about what Sam is for this team. Can he play above and beyond when we ask him to for the games we need him for? These games now, it's easy for him to play within the system, play not to lose, because we have so much good stuff around us. But when all that is leveled out, and the cream rises to the top, he's Ian Book until he wins those games. Because what's the difference? What's the difference? Ian found a way to win the games we're supposed to win. Sam is winning in a different way, but he's winning. But if doesn't look good in those games we need him to win, how is he different than Ian?
I mean, from a legacy team standpoint, I get what you're saying, but they're not comparable quarterbacks, bro. They're just not.
Yeah, but that's what needs to be proven in them two games.
They're just not.
Do you think that it's still yet to be seen, though? He can have 4 touchdowns against Navy.
So you talking about as far as I would compare him. I would compare Sam to Jack before I compare Sam to Ian. Me
We
personally,
didn't expect nothing from Jack, though.
but I still would make the comparison Jack to Sam before I make it Sam to Ian.
I wouldn't. We didn't have any expectations on Jack. Jack played expectation free. And perfect example, when Deshaun played expectation free, he was 10-2. He played great. But that next year, when it's like, all right, you got to win these games for us. 4-8, just that fast. Jack Cohn came on with a team that we kept calling transition. Transition. Jack went in there playing with house money because they was like, they don't expect me to do nothing. And I'm splitting time, and they won't believe in this kid other than me. I'm just trying to steal my minutes and make my plays. We got Sam in here like, Sam, we done cleared the deck for you. We done laid out every feast, every morsel, everything you could think of to take advantage of right here. That expectation is huge now. We done gave you beats, Dove, soaps, and shampoos. You got to deliver. You speculating to make $1 million on NIL? You got to deliver. You got to deliver. You on Jerry Maguire remakes and Wall Street and ESPN, you got to deliver. If we gave that to Jack and Jack went in there and put 500 yards in Fiesta Bowl, won 11 games, this and the third, then I'd be like, you're right. You're right. But right now, Sam's doing exactly what we expect him to do. Because we expect the other quarterbacks to do the same thing until we get to week 5 and week 11 or whatever that case is.
I just don't think they're not comparable quarterbacks. That's just not. The whole legacy, and dude, Sam was brought here to win the big games.
That's it.
All right, that's fine. That conversation can come after those games are played.
Right.
But he's still, him and Ian are
Still
not.
what? Still what?
Sam Hartman is a better quarterback than Ian Book.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay then. We don't need those games to know that he's a better quarterback than Ian Book. What are we talking about? He's a better passer of the football than Ian Book. I don't need to see him against Ohio State to know that. It's
You need to see
obvious.
the Ohio State know he's a winner.
It's obvious.
We upgraded talent, but did we upgrade in wins? That's the difference. That's what I'm talking about. We upgraded a little bit in talent. But how much did we upgrade if we can't win those games? How much of it is an upgrade? If we look just as bad in the games that we need to win, how much of an upgrade is that position? Because remember, Drew Pine was 2 fumbles or a fumble and a pick away from being in the game with USC. Now, if Sam Hartman goes in there and is a fumble and a pick away from beating USC, we better have the same type of attitude that we need to do better. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If we go in there, because remember now, Drew,
Ian Book, you know darn well Ian Book was one read and run.
Yes, Ian Book was
okay. I understand. You were like, is Sam Hartman a winner? That is yet to be discovered. We understand that. We understand that in terms of Notre Dame. TBD, to be determined.
To be determined.
We get it.
But Sam is winning in a different way than Ian did. They still winning though. It's just in a different way.
No, it's still gonna be. See, that's the thing. Sam and Ian are going to win within the team concept.
Yeah, Sam's playing within the team structure.
Yeah,
like Ian. Ian made a couple more plays off schedule, but they within the same structure.
Yes.
Sam's doing it with throwing it a little bit more than what Ian has. He's taking a little bit more chances than Ian would. But none of that matters if we producing the same results or looking the same in the big game. That's all I'm saying. Because what is the level of measurement for Sam Hartman? We like him better. I think the fan base just likes Sam more than Ian that they've ever had. I just think they like Sam more. But in terms of you looking at him in a vacuum, Sam can throw a little bit better than Ian. He's a little more poised than Ian. But it's not talent that's like night and day. One's a first rounder, one's a fourth rounder. I think Sam's probably a third, second rounder at best. Ian maxed out at what, fourth rounder? Man, Sam probably a third rounder at best, just because of his size, you know. So it's really a liking contest when it comes to Sam and Ian, in my opinion.
Back end. I see back end of the second, third, end of the
They like Ian, they like Sam more than they like Ian. So it's like y'all put him in different tiers because of that. But in a vacuum, the talent is damn near the same. Sam just is a more composed passer. He can spread the ball around a little bit more. But in terms of winning, when it matters,
So your point is, what Notre Dame fans are looking at is a 5th-year Sam Hartman.
Yeah.
And not the freshman Sam Hartman that actually faced Ian Book at Wake Forest.
This is the final evolution of a Sam we can get.
And Ian Book outplayed him on that day from a quarterback.
Yeah, he did.
So basically, you're saying don't compare this 5th-year developed Sam Hartman to Ian Book, and Ian Book has won, I guess, a couple of big games.
I mean, it's hard to say Ian is. I mean, when you're the winningest quarterback, I would be talking stuff every day. every day when it comes to comparing quarterback every day. Because I'm like, well, I did what it took to win games. So regardless of whether he threw better or ran better or you liked him more, I won football games. I
Right.
didn't win the ones that matter, which puts me in the same category as all them other quarterbacks. Because I didn't win the ones that people like you truly remember a person. But Sam ain't won no games where people truly remember it for either. Sam's biggest thing in his career outside of throwing for 12,000 yards is coming to Notre Dame. And that's 5 years after he got into college football. So let's just be serious. What
So
memorable game?
is it safe to say? Is it safe to say if Sam Hartman has success tomorrow against North Carolina State, the narrative won't be Sam Hartman had a great game. The narrative would be Sam Hartman walked in with Notre Dame.
Of course. That's how
And
North Carolina State looking at it.
And that's why things were different against North Carolina State.
Yeah, Sam's not elevating us to a whole Lamar Jackson and Louisville versus Deshaun Watson at Clemson, where Louisville you just started noticing more players and anything he did, like, wow, Sam's not going to wow you in the game. Sam's going to win the game. But you're going to be like, damn, we ran the ball well too. And we did make a couple good third down throws. Man, we did have some special teams impact. Yeah, well, shoot, we had a couple turnovers. Sam's a part of that, yeah. We feel good going in there with Sam, yeah. As a fifth-year Final Four. But, when Caleb goes in and plays against other teams, they're like, that's Caleb Williams. That's Drake May. We got to whoop up on Drake May. Notre Dame is like Sam, Audrey, JT, John Baptiste. You got people all over the field you got to worry about. Where my thing with Ian was no different than that. He won within the team. What game did Ian stand out where you like, man, if we didn't have Ian, we wouldn't have won that? It ain't many, if any. You gonna say without Sam we wouldn't have beat Navy? We wouldn't have beat TSU? We would have won them games without a Sam. So Sam can, for me, only prove his worth in those games we need him for, because other than that, I'm sure Tyler Buckner can beat a Marshall. I mean, not can he beat Marshall. I'm sure Tyler Buckner can beat a Navy. I'm sure he can beat a TSU. It may look a little uglier. It may be 34 instead of 42 points. We still would have won. So I do think that the likability of Sam is probably a fan favorite since Brady Quinn and Jimmy Clausen. But that's the only advantage he got, in my opinion, right now over all of that. And a better team. A better team, and he's more likable because he looked more age relatable to the fan base. He looked like we had brought an adult into the room. Tyler Buckner had no baby hair. He had no facial hair. Can't trust a dude without no facial hair. Everybody know that. Can't trust a dude without no facial hair, man. Leading the college football team. You ain't got one whisker, one nothing. You just see. I had a beard. Ev had a little mustache going on. But we look at some of them other quarterbacks without no facial hair. Tommy ain't really had no facial hair. Wasn't very likable. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Shaun didn't have no facial hair. I'm just saying. Brandon has some facial hair. I know this is out there. It's a conspiracy. Can't trust a non-facial hair quarterback. Sam got a full man beard. Look like a lumberjack. And people just act like the second coming is King. Because he got that facial hair. He just fits the adult maturity that this offense has been looking for, the fan base been looking for. We've been winning with babies and kids since 2015. Now we got an adult in the room. We feel like we can make some progress, but the talent is still a little bit of the same. We didn't trust Brian Kelly because why? He ain't had no facial hair. Stanford didn't have no facial hair. Denbrock don't have no facial hair. You know what I mean? Trevor Lawrence may not have had the facial hair, but he had the long hair. He didn't have he didn't have that long.
He had some type of power, some type of mane, huh? Okay.
Yeah, some type of something down there.
I'm sitting here enjoying like you breaking it down and the chat. Look, man. We try to be objective, right? We said what we said about Tobias over the summer. People tried to rip us. Oh, it's like, all right, but we're getting information from places that nobody else. Like we're sitting down having conversations in rooms with people that nobody else is having. No one else.
Because be the difference.
And we're trying to convey it, and it's like, oh no. It's like, all right. Well, we're just trying to let you know.
Tobias, if Sam unveiled Tobias in the offense, that would be making Sam more valuable to what we brought that we didn't. If Sam came in here and he going crazy with Tobias, that's the change that I noticeably would think, okay, that's something we haven't had. That's something that's different. But if you come in here and still can't get the ball to the guy we've been dying to get the ball to, and we've been inconsistent to get the ball, not that he can't.
Yeah.
But on that level of we going in every week and he might have 2 touchdowns if he don't back up. The threat of that. If Sam came and changed the threat of that going in, I think, Sam is top tier, put him in the second round, first round, he can take us all the way. Right now, Sam is going to do great in what he's asked to do. And when it comes down to can he make those plays when we need him most is yet to be seen, but we feel good about it because he got a beard. He been in college for about 10 years. He got a Dove commercial. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole family, wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? He probably not even going to classes. He probably going to take care of day to day. So he's got the makeup and the story for people to believe in and get behind. But the talent's still the talent. You can't overlook that. I mean, that's why he ain't tier 1.
It's interesting because here's I should have been a lawyer, bro. I probably should have been a lawyer. Because the fan base will say, like fans in the chat, or just in general, social media fan base will say, he's throwing at an 89% clip. He's operating so efficiently. So they would use stats against Navy and against Tennessee State. But then they would use the fact that it was Navy and Tennessee State for the lack of production from this player. Well, against Navy and Tennessee State, we didn't have to do this. Man, you playing football.
Yeah.
Tobias didn't run deep routes against Navy. He ran one against Navy.
You didn't have to.
He ran one early against Navy, and Sam missed them. So it doesn't work that way. You play football. Coaches don't coach. Oh, this is Navy, so we're not running any deep routes. We don't have to.
Yeah.
That's not the way they coach. They don't. We're playing Tennessee State. There's no reason to throw the ball deep. No. You play football. And I agree. I forget who said it. Tobias has had opportunities. I can't blame him for Sam missed them against Navy. But he had a couple other opportunities where he's dropped the ball. And if he's dropped the ball, I don't blame Sam for not going back to him. If you got 4 or 5 other receivers that are catching the ball, including the tight ends. All I'm pointing out is that This is how the fan base goes all over the place. Now they're down on Tobias, right? What's wrong with him? What's happening, right?
Yep.
But over the summer, it was like, oh, this dude, man, Tobias is gonna kill, right? And if he doesn't kill, then the narrative switches to, oh, eventually he's gonna have a breakout game, and then he'll start stacking games. Come on, man.
Can't work both ways.
Lucky Lefty podcast told you back in April it was gonna take time with the kid. We had the information. And we conveyed it. That's it.
That's it.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because just like Tyson Ford, at the time they literally were freshmen during the spring. Literally still freshmen. Let it play out. LL Nation, man, go find your guy. Tell him to cut my check.
Yeah, because he ain't getting 1,000.
That's 70 with 70 receptions with 1,000 yards.
He ain't getting that.
No, we can settle that right now. I don't want to hear that it's gonna happen, because y'all wasn't talking that it was gonna happen over the summer. Y'all were like, yeah, it's here. He has arrived. Now it's like, okay, let's backtrack. It's gonna happen. That's not how you were saying it with your chest.
Not how they were saying it.
That's how we said it in April. But yeah, if you guys see your boy in the LL streets and comments, remind him that we can no, I'm not generalizing, sir. I saw it on IB doing shows. I saw it on here doing shows. It's not generalizing. And if it doesn't happen over the next 2 weeks, you know what you're gonna keep saying? Oh, it's gonna happen in the second half of the season. That's the whole point. That's what fans do. They keep changing the narrative. That's why it's funny. That's why it's funny. So you're just gonna sit back and just wait. And when it happens, then it's like, I told you. You told us what?
Yeah.
We told you back in April what the process was gonna be with the young man.
Well, still to be determined. TBD. But I know what? I know one thing. Sam is in a really good position in general, man. You know you're going to win these easy toss-up games that in the past you struggled with because you ain't had a team.
And I would venture to say, see, man, it's funny because, all right, let's keep it, because Tyler Buckner, if you ask most Notre Dame fans to this day, Tyler Buckner still gets like the majority of the blame for the Marshall loss.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's fair. Right?
Deserved, yeah.
What if I told you, you want to talk about that Notre Dame defense that allowed that second string running back to run all day? You don't want to talk about that?
No.
You don't talk about that?
Wait
a minute.
Blame on that.
In the fourth quarter, with 5-6 minutes left, did Tyler Buckner have Notre Dame 3rd and short in Marshall territory, ready to take the lead? Until your fifth year senior came out from a timeout and committed the most egregious penalty ever? Was that Did Tyler Buckner have them in position to win late in the fourth quarter, in spite of everything that had happened? But it's all about the quarterback, right?
It is. At
Right?
Notre Dame, it is.
So, because wait, because if the Notre Dame defense doesn't show up tomorrow,
we better pull it out on offense. Absolutely. But that's why we're excited about this year, because we feel like we can do that with everybody involved, and we got depth.
but see, that goes back to your point. If the Notre Dame defense doesn't show up tomorrow and they don't pull it out, what does it say? Because you're saying and you feel like we got Sam Hartman, we should be able to win those type of games.
That's right. That's right.
Right? That's what you that's the determining factor to separate Sam Hartman.
Well, provided
and other quarterbacks in Notre Dame history. That's what you just said for the previous 30 minutes.
Provided we play like we've been playing the past 5 or 6 years, where the defense has done their job. I'm giving this granted off of what we've played like.
But what if the defense doesn't do their job?
If the defense doesn't do their job, then it's not about Sam Hartman anymore. We're saying Sam Hartman is the cherry on top to what we've been building defensively, which has been a consistent keep us in every game, giving us a chance every game to do the damn thing. They're the stopper. Them in the offensive line are the stoppers from us getting blown the hell out and being exposed even more for not having talent at the quarterback position. Now, we've been consistent with the defense and building the offensive line. Still, it hasn't changed from last year to this year dramatically. They're still going to be the foundation. This year, however, we have the piece that can get us over the top from the potential of winning these games, because we're more poised, because we're more comfortable, and because of those two things, we think we can lead offensively as opposed to the 5-6 years before we were defensively led. So if we don't continue, just like the offense, we're not going to stop running the football, even though we've been doing that for 5 or 6 years consistently and pretty well, just because we got Sam. No, we're going to find ways to navigate the offense to use both passing offense and running offense as a means to win. But yeah, if we don't come how we've been coming the last few years in this North Carolina State game, being defensively sound and offensive line doing their thing, then yeah, the Sam effect is only going to be worse because he can't pull us over the top without having that. But I think Marcus Freeman recruited smartly to say, okay, we're going to still be consistent on those two things. Now the third piece is where that maturity and all that other intangible stuff.
I can see that. I can see that. I think people have a misconception of like some people in the chat make it seem like, well, they're waiting to save Tobias. No, they're not. That's not how you coach. That's not how you coach. Well, we use this against Navy, then we use this second game, and now as the season goes on, we're gonna start to unveil. No. He's been on the field. He's run deep routes. You can check the all 22 tape. Blake Fisher was to blame for one of the opportunities not going his way because he allowed his dude. All he had to do was give Sam time. Tobias was wide open. He didn't. And so that's the whole thing. That's the thing, man. It's a lot that goes into the successes you see in the run game and the passing game. It is. It is. And there was so much expectation around the young man during the spring and summer. That's why we were like, yo, chill, relax, let him, he's not. What do we say about Klubnik and the other quarterbacks from Clemson? He's look, and people are like, well, Cade Klubnik is a good quarterback. Yeah, he could develop into one, but he's not one of those day ones.
No.
He's not Deshaun. He's not Trevor.
And if he's not, you gotta have a good team.
There might have been an expectation that people were waiting for Tobias to be a Michael Floyd. He's not.
He's not.
You were waiting for him to be a Golden Tate. He's not.
At least not here.
No, he's not. And I don't know how you want to describe it. That's those type of dudes that just step on the field from day one.
You just know.
You just know. They're just different dudes. Just different dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I was fortunate enough to say I was a dude, and that's why I feel like I can speak to it, because my first play I damn near scored.
Yeah.
It didn't take a whole drive. It was the first play I ever had.
Yeah.
Almost scored a touchdown. So it's like, it's just what it is. Some people, yeah, you can late bloom, but that's a development thing. That's why
but see, that's the whole point, man. He's just a sophomore. It wouldn't even, if he hits between his sophomore and junior year, that's still ahead of the normal schedule under Brian Kelly, which was literally senior year.
Will Fuller was an outlier.
Yes.
But TJ Jones is a perfect example of a guy that went through the years of being developed. In his senior year, he was the number one, and he was efficient and all of that. But that wasn't TJ his freshman year. Not like Will. Will came in, he had 1-2 plays. They was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will can't come out of the game. I don't care what we got.
Right.
That wasn't TJ. Now TJ became his senior year when Will got there, number one and great compliment and all that. But yeah, Will was play one. That's just Jalen Smith was play one. Jalen Smith wasn't could you imagine if Jalen Smith was developed like Niles?
Let's talk about that. That's a good point. Jalen Smith was day one. Right? Manti was day one. Same expectations was placed on Jalen Sneed. You know how many times we had to see or hear what's wrong with Jalen Sneed?
Or Prince Colley or one of them.
Going through his freshman year. I'm talking about going through his freshman. What's wrong with Jalen Sneed?
He's just not.
Dude, he's not Jalen Smith. Like, okay. He's not Jalen Smith.
It doesn't mean you missed.
No.
It doesn't mean you can't really do it.
Right.
But, I mean, Jalen, man, it was like, damn, we got to play him. Ben Council, move over. Danny Spahn, move over. It's time for Smooth.
That's it.
That's the type of player you get fired for keeping on the bench. They're like, what are you doing? The bias is like, you can explain away, oh, he's a great player, but you can only do that if you know that you can buy time. You can't buy time with Jalen. Like you said with Jeremiah Love, you can't. Jeremiah Love is in school for 3 years.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Jalen Sneed is next year when the interior linebackers are Jalen Sneed and Jaden Alsbury. The linebacker position at Notre Dame will look totally different.
Totally different. And it look good.
Totally different.
And it look good.
Totally different. And Jalen Sneed has been asked, we need you to rush the passer off the edge. There's a true freshman. He was being asked to learn 3 things as a true freshman. We need you to rush the pass off the edge. Then we're going to play you at rover. Then we want you to learn inside. As a freshman,
they gearing him up.
As a true freshman, he was being asked to learn these 3 things. And by the end of the season, he was getting more tick.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Jalen Smith was like, he's like, oh, you do this really, really good.
Right.
Yeah, we can add on to you later. That's
Right.
why he's rushing the passer later. Because they was like, we just like what you're doing right now. That's just too good. We'll just add
And
a little.
so what he couldn't get on the field during his freshman year? So what? It's amazing to me, man, how some people are so pressed for these kids to be in a rush to do something that it takes time to do at a high level. It's amazing, man. So when you talk about kids like Jalen Sneed, Tobias Merriweather, like expectations are way too high. Way too high. Because they were never day ones. Like you got people already in Notre Dame media putting day one expectations on Kingston. Already, he's still in high school. They're putting day one expectations on Kingston. Relax. We don't even need him to be a day one. But the expectations are already there. Oh, he can start as a freshman.
Okay.
And then if he doesn't crack the starting lineup as a freshman, it's gonna be. Then the question is, what's wrong with it? What happened? You know who's a day one? That dude that's moving the running backs to the other side of the table in the running back room. That's a day one.
Yeah.
That's a day one.
Yeah.
That's a day one. Joe Alt was a day one. He just ended up starting a little bit later. Day one. Blake Fisher was a day one. He started as a true freshman, just got hurt. And if the other players don't pop, it's fine. It's fine, man. Give them time. Give them time. Your program is deep. It's getting deeper about it every year. Let these kids develop and battle it out, man. There is no shame. There's no shame. Because I've seen people say this as well. There's no shame in Jaden Greathouse being more productive than Tobias Merriweather right now.
No.
Jaden Greathouse is doing what he does. Interior, slot receiver that knows how to get open. That's what he did in high school.
Yep.
He's doing the same thing in college. Same thing. He's just blessed that Sam Hartman is his quarterback and not Tyler Buckner. Because it wouldn't be the same if it was.
He wouldn't be getting ball.
No, not as a true freshman.
He probably wouldn't even have played him. So, gotta go to fit. Gotta go to fit.
That's crazy, bro. Dylan Edwards is a day one. He's a day one. What's your point? He's a day one. Or let me translate for some people. Certain players have that dog in them. Certain players don't. From the jump.
Yes.
That's it. Caleb Williams is a day one. Day one. Who gets inserted as a true freshman into the biggest rivalry game on national TV and does what Caleb Williams did. Who does that? Day ones.
Day ones.
Day ones do that. And as much like someone just asked, do we think Cam Williams is a day one? Physically, we can look at Cam Williams on film and say, oh man, he looks like a day one. You don't know until they get there.
Till that play happen.
You don't know until they get there. You just don't know. You just honestly don't know. All right, Left, what's your prediction?
I got us 38 17. 38 17.
I think North Carolina State gets to the 20s late.
Okay.
I'll say 41-21.
41-21. Okay.
That's so corny, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Stuff like that. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying. Man. Now everybody is a dog against the TCU defense. Come on, man. Because people weren't saying that over the summer left. That's what irritates me the most. People weren't saying that before the game. Everybody was talking about how Colorado was going to smash. Nobody was talking about TCU's defense before the game. Nobody.
Sorry.
Come on, man. Once again, watch this. Watch this. I guarantee you the same person or people that would try to pull down anything Colorado did against TCU will sit up here and prop up Sam Hartman being at 89% against Tennessee State and Navy. They'll talk about Sam Hartman, how great he's been the first two games, but
it was just TCU.
It was just TCU's defense. Come on, man.
We'll find out. We'll be all right.
It doesn't matter if he did it against TCU. It doesn't matter if he was in the Notre Dame uniform going up against Navy or Tennessee State. Dylan Edwards is a day one dog.
Yeah.
Day one. Period. Period. Day one dog. So if they dogs, don't bring up TCU's defense. They're just dogs. If Sam Hartman's a darn good quarterback, don't bring up Navy and Tennessee State. That's who he is. Heck, who did Caleb Williams just play? Trash the first 2 weeks.
And San Jose State and like some.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Dog. Who did Michael Penix just play? Boise State?
Boise State, yeah.
Boise State's not the same. Michael Penix, dog. That's it. Dog, man, I don't care who you playing. I watched John Morant terrorize subpar college
Everybody.
teams,
Yeah.
subpar college teams for 2 years.
Then go to the
Dog,
tournament for the same thing.
dog. I don't care who you playing against. If you're a dog, you're a dog. You're a dog, you're a dog. So we're just waiting, man. Honestly, we're waiting for. It was good to see Tyson Ford kind of make some plays. Him and Brennan Burning towards the end of that game last week. It was nice to see. It was nice to see. It's just nice to see the youngsters on Notre Dame's roster, man, developing that dog in them.
That's right.
Getting that confidence. Man, it's fun to see, man. Because it's different. We didn't see that in the BK era, left.
No.
We didn't see that a lot. Like you said, it doesn't matter who they're playing against. You need to get people on the field so they can get to that process quicker.
Yeah.
And that's the difference right now in this program, man.
No more shelving guys.
No more shelving guys. And I think it pays dividend this weekend on the road. I think some youngsters make plays on the road this weekend. I really do. It pays dividends, man. Who else was a day one?
Ain't many.
Heck, Ben Morrison was a. Ben Morrison was a day. If you could put something before day one. When I saw that dude,
only a couple plays
in fall camp, light somebody up, and the team had his back as a true freshman, I was like, okay. Day one. No, I don't think Jack Kaiser was a day one. That was funny. I don't think Jack Kaiser was a day one.
No. If you got to question it, he's not.
But Jack Kaiser has been a pleasant surprise, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Jack Kaiser has to me, he superseded expectations at Notre Dame.
Right. Because you didn't think he was going to get his money worth at first. Notre Dame was going to get their money worth at first.
Well, until, and this goes back to the point you always make, until teams figured out, once JD and Jack started getting playing time and they were starting, and teams figured out, let's get them in space. We just can't run at them. Let's get them in space. Then they begin to struggle. But man, Kaiser's outplayed. JD has, in my opinion, played to his capabilities. And Marist, honestly, has had two of the best games he's played in his college career, the first 2 weeks. So, all right. Did I get my score left? Yeah, I said 41.
41-21.
I said 41-21. So, yeah, we both had Notre Dame covering the spread.
Yeah, that's right.
We both had Notre Dame covering the spread. All right. So, are we doing, how are we handling it? Because I know usually with the schedules, we do the post game on Sundays.
Oh, we get so I'm not traveling, so we get the post game right after the game this week.
There you have it. Post game. We'll be doing post game afterwards, right after the game on Saturday, right here, Lucky Lefty Podcast, man. So for Left, I'm Shaun Davis, man. Have a great, man. You guys have a fantastic Friday. I'm going to check out Brother Rice and St. Ignatius, dude.
Oh yeah.
Going to check out Brother Rice, St. Ignatius, Jay Scott. I get a chance to talk to him after the game, and I'll try to confirm whether or not he's going to be in the house on the 23rd.
There we go.
There we go. Hey man, y'all have a great rest of the day. Wait a minute, hold on. My fault. I'm bugging, Left. But I definitely have somebody.
Petticoat. Petticoat Junction.
It's time to get petty.
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
And fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's pettiest story? Petty Junction.
Petty Junction, pettiest story of the day brought to you by Onora Whiskey at NoraWhiskey.com, that premium American whiskey at NoraWhiskey.com. I'm putting the University of Alabama on the petty train.
Uh-oh.
So last year, well, both might need to be on the petty train. Last year, University of Alabama did not bring their band to the matchup against Texas because Texas only made upper deck tickets available for Alabama fans and the Alabama band.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, of course, turnabout is fair play. This year, Alabama has done the same thing for Texas, their band, and their fans. Floor. However, the Texas band is like, we coming.
Oh, there we go.
So Alabama's trying to be super petty. And Texas said, we don't care. So should be pretty interesting, man, to see how the Texas band sounds coming over the TV airwaves from the upper deck. I just had to put them on the petty train. I thought that was super petty. Did you have anybody left?
Yeah, I had Bart Scott talking about our guy.
I saw this.
Selfish.
Chris Jones being in the suite.
Wait a minute. You speaking on a player's money like that? I thought that was taboo, man.
But it's not contentious.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs and Chris Jones have both been honest that, ain't no beef. It's not contentious.
Trying to get business done.
They have a number. I have a number.
We're gonna have to figure it out.
That's it.
So Bart Scott, shut up, hating.
And Bart,
Yeah. Anyway,
trying to get that contract renewed. That's all.
Try to get that contract renewed. I tell you, they say anything for that.
Hey man, you guys have a great day, man. We'll see you tomorrow after the game.